meditation call for Sunday, August 16th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern. Just a reminder for everybody, August 23rd, with Sheldon Neidl, the PAO webinar. I'll be doing a session with them on August 23rd. I'm also going to be doing a podcast on August 25th. When I have more information on that, as a guest to this creator of the podcast, so I'll let people know what the time is going to be. I believe it's going to be I'll get you the time on it. That's 4 to 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern, August 25th. Is it easy to find happiness in ourselves? And can we find it elsewhere? Now, we've all incarnated here to accomplish one major thing. We are here to transcend our limiting beliefs, unhealthy addictions, and feelings of lack, being unlovable, unworthy of what we want. And we're here to find the source of love within ourselves and discover that we are infinite beings capable of manifesting, creating into reality the most miraculous experiences, and are on an eternal journey through a multi-dimensional, multi-sensual reality. And we are co-creating each moment. And we are here to unravel ourselves intimately with each other and use the reflection we receive back to be a guide towards reaching our highest, most enlightening state of consciousness. Understand that. We're here to unravel ourselves intimately with each other and use that reflection we receive back to be a guide towards reaching our highest, most enlightening state of consciousness. Our highest, most enlightening state of consciousness. Now, when it all comes down to it, we all want to discover a much more enlightened approach to life. A more wholesome, connected way of experiencing others, reality, and ourselves. Everyone has karma. Everyone has deep, dark personal issues they are dealing with. Now, we wouldn't be born here on Earth if we didn't. And whatever those issues that each of us have inside, we are here to awaken ourselves to greatness, to our greatness. And these issues are, they're instigators and initiators of a deeper understanding of the God within us, the divine being we truly are. And I think that without our issues, we would be an unemotional, bland, one-dimensional being who wouldn't have much flavor. And our issues provide us with a little salt so that we can taste amazing for the rest of us to enjoy. Now, our personal issues, you look at them however however you look at them, dark, powerful, and precious. And we feel that they are like festering wounds, so we keep them hidden from sight so that nobody can touch them, especially ourselves. We then get occupied and distracted with 101 things in life, and then years go by, and we forget this gold mine of energy which is buried here near the core of our being. And we all have issues. These issues are hidden in our tissues. Issues are hidden in our tissues. And they can be so deep that it's almost impossible to see them unless another light mirror or reflection is being offered. And this is the one thing that can uncover them, reveal their true nature, and lift them out of the deep, dark abyss. So this mirror reflection is having an intimate relationship with another human being. Through opening yourself to another human being, allowing them to see into you, connecting on a deep, honest, authentic, personal level. Now, our issues have a chance to be brought to the surface and to be revealed and healed. And the most amazing thing is that the more intimate the relationship is, the more powerful and complete your healing process will be. And relationships serve each of us like the most perfect armor-piercing mirror. And this is how. Eventually, after you feel comfortable with someone, the guard inside you comes down. You start to really relax. Be yourself and stop trying to interact in a way that is socially acceptable. Sometimes it takes hundreds of hours with another human being before this happens. Yet eventually it does, and the deep, dark issues start to bubble up to be seen. And we want the other to get to know and see all of our parts so that we have nothing to hide and can be radically open and real. This is the time when you can get unconsciously triggered by something they do or say, and can utilize this beautiful opportunity to see ourselves in this perfect mirror. Anytime another person really triggers you, upsets you in any emotional way, makes you boil or steam with fury inside yourself, these are the issues that you are negating in denial of inside yourself. And whatever you feel that the other person is doing to you is exactly what you are doing to yourself internally. Yet it is happening on such a deep unconscious level that you cannot see it. You think they are doing this to you. And your triggered emotion is simply showing you an old, deep, self-sabotaging pattern that you have not yet been able to heal, love, or accept within yourself. And the sabotaging pattern is created into reality or manifested on the outer world through your relationship, so you can see it, feel it, own it, and heal it on the inside. See it, feel it, own it, and heal it on the inside. The triggering emotional energy enables each of us to wake up, move deep into the core emotion, and actually see where its roots are coming from in your past. And here's an example. A wife may feel her husband is constantly criticizing her every day for not being perfect. his mouth has some critical feeling behind it. She then begins labeling and judging him as being a very critical person because it has nothing to do with her. So the husband may or may not be saying anything critical at all, yet her ears are highly attuned to it, super receptive and sensitive to criticism. So she tends to project this trait onto him and pull even more criticism out of him. So the wife in this case will manifest, create the reality, a critical person on her outer world because her self-criticism is so hidden from her awareness, she needs a mirror to reflect it back to her. She is unaware how she's been constantly criticizing herself inside since her childhood, never feeling good enough inside. Her whole life was spent striving to be perfect for her father, and yet never able to satisfy him and be perfect enough for his requirements. And being incomplete with her dad, she now projects this need to complete and heal this part of herself now onto the next closest male energy, her husband. Her husband serves her as being a mirror, reflecting the pattern happening inside her where she can dig to the roots and take responsibility for her self-criticizing habit. And as the husband brings awareness to how critical she is of herself, she begins to stop blaming him for the issues she is most needing to heal. You see how that works? And it's not necessarily the man to the woman, it's the woman to the man, it's every which way. The world is a looking glass. It gives back to every man a true reflection of his own thoughts. Rule your mind, or it will rule you. Buddha. Rule your mind, or it will rule you. And the interesting thing with relationship mirrors is that they are never, ever one-sided. Never, ever one-sided, never, ever one-sided. In the case of the husband and wife, the husband will also have an issue that fits like perfect puzzle piece next to his wife's issue. In his childhood, his mother may have been demanding, impatient, and gave him very little space to be himself. So whenever the wife gets upset, saying he is being critical of her, he hears the demanding, impatient voice of his mother and gets triggered by that. And the emotional demands that his mother placed on him as a child continues to be the same demands he places on himself. Never knowing how to create healthy space with the female, all his relationships with women since childhood have had boundary issues. So the husband now has a super sensitive listening for anything that resembles a woman being demanding of him. And thus, until he heals his issue inside, he will manifest demanding, possessive women wherever he goes. And at the deepest level, we are all creating into reality, manifesting magnets for the experiences that we most need to have. And the universe doesn't just give each of us randomly generated relationships and experiences for trivial fun and enjoyment. Each encounter, person, and experience that comes into our lives has real meaning, purpose, and a deeper understanding inside of it. Now, if you're willing to dig around and look for it, you'll find it. And the incomplete issues from our childhood yearn to be healed. And the symptoms will continue creating into reality, manifesting in the outer world, being brought up in one relationship after the next, until you take full responsibility for your issue and move through it. Just start by being more aware of how others trigger you and what exactly they trigger you about. And what's really fascinating is that we have some level of relationship with everyone we see, and thus are capable of creating a level of intimacy with anyone. And this means that you could get triggered because the trash man left a mess. The government isn't doing the right thing. The crazy driver on the highway is out of control. The postman never smiles at you. Does this sound familiar to anyone? Your boss is too controlling. Your neighbor is too talkative. The kid next door is too sad and pathetic. Or perhaps your own child is too needy and demanding. So whatever your triggering issue is, the world will definitely bring it out of you. And you know, it's your issue because not everyone is triggered by the same exact thing. So, throughout your day, notice one special thing each time you are triggered. Notice the thread of judgment, reaction, or emotional energy that has become your comfortable, receptive, robotic pattern. Notice how you may defend yourself, saying this person is wrong and you were right. Notice how you may tend to focus the energy outside yourself instead of inside. Notice why you may tend to ignore looking inside yourself and own your personal crap, your closed down energy, your negative attitude about this or that, and choose to project yourself onto them and not be responsible for creating it. Bring awareness to all your unconscious patterns. See how each closed energy in you has been with you since childhood, weaving its way through every similar relationship and circumstance your entire life. And the only reason that any of our issues haven't healed or changed is because we never took full responsibility for creating our wound in the first place. It's only when we are willing to dive into ourselves and into our past, uncover when this pattern first started, and take full responsibility for why any of us choose it instead of a more empowered path. Then we've really taken the steering wheel back on our life. And the most challenging person or experience can come your way, and you will be at peace and perhaps even laugh. And the people that used to make your life a living hell will become your best friends or perhaps fade and dissolve away. And by taking responsibility for the darkest issues in your tissues, you can truly feel peaceful and amazing all the time. Understand that. By taking responsibility for the darkest issues in your tissues, you can truly feel peaceful and amazing all the time. You become a guiding light for others to follow. And by taking responsibility for every tiny little trigger that arises in you, you then become free. You become an example for the world to follow. By simply living, you show others how to grab their steering wheel and choose to drive down the road of lightness, laughter, and healing the issues in your tissues. The day on which we come to know the Supreme Consciousness within us, then the outside world will also appear to us like the expanse of the Supreme Consciousness. The whole will be a mirror to us when we become a mirror within. Osho. gentle, soft, loving awareness to it. It is only through using a state of pure loving awareness that any of us, that our wounds have any chance to heal. Now, it may not sound like much, but this awareness alone is the most powerful healing force you have. All by itself. Loving awareness is all you really need to transcend any issue you keep repeating by being perpetually aware of your issue, remaining the calm, distant, accepting witnesser in the background, and you will soon become liberated from it. And awareness can act like a laser beam that burns through the emotional cobwebs, which were where your issues have you entangled. And the emotional strands of interwoven beliefs which held you in a victim pattern cannot remain fixed. And pure awareness disperses these patterns and frees you instantaneously. And once you have discovered what your core pattern or issue is, you have taken full responsibility for creating it. You can use this simple method, period. Try it. This is a technique, and it's very simple and it works amazingly. The first thing is you write down on a piece of paper what your main issue is. Carry it with you wherever you go. You want to work on one at a time, because it's hard enough conquering one monster per day, let alone two. So for the husband and wife example, she would write, I am critical of myself and I'm always trying to be perfect. And he would write, I'm putting demanding pressure on myself to show up a certain way. The next step is to wait for the right moment, when the issue gets emotionally triggered inside you. And you want to build up an anticipation and excitement inside you so that you actually are eagerly looking forward to being triggered. That sounds a little crazy, but by making it a conscious, intentional adventure, it gives the experience a whole new twist. So imagine the most exciting moment of your day is when you innocently being yourself and suddenly you are triggered by your beloved. What a great surprise. Now, here's the really fun part. The moment this person triggers you, stop whatever you're doing and throw your arms around them and say, thank you. Give them a big, genuine hug from your heart. Honestly, thank them for helping you bring an even deeper awareness to seeing, revealing, and releasing your core issue. And if they are not physically there and able to be hugged, imagine you're doing it. And then during your hug, really relax your body and imagine you are releasing and letting go of your core issue by repeating this statement with feeling. And the wife would say, I'm not letting go of my need to criticize myself and try to be perfect. And when he would be triggered, he would hug her and say, I'm now letting go of my need to put demanding pressure on myself and show up a certain way. You can say it out loud or inside your head, yet the key is to feel it, that it is real. That's a very powerful, life-transforming exercise. And it will heal ancient old wounds, deep core issues, and perhaps even save your relationship. It does not take practice, commitment, a deep willingness to do your inner work and let go of any egoic energy trip that may cause you to ignore or postpone doing this exercise. Healing our lives means we are choosing to let go of our needs to be right. And the judgment we had about ourselves, the other, the neighbor, whoever, it was an ego trip needing to be righteous. So stop being defensive, in charge, and an escape for not taking responsibility for your core issue. When it comes down to healing ourselves, we need to be wrong before we can make things right. And the interesting thing is there really a wrong or a right? And the ego has to be set aside in order to give enough space for love and a new awareness to pour in. And the secret to letting the love in is finding peace with your issues to such a degree that they are like old friends. And when any of us are thanking the person who triggered us for being a perfect mirror and are no longer reactive, you have truly healed the deepest patterns inside of you. And without mirrors in your life, we would all still be groping around in the darkness like Neanderthals, trying to find our way out of the cave. The mirrors in our lives are sacred, and they serve us to find our spiritual path so that we can live out our lives with real purpose on earth. Do whatever it takes to deeply transform and heal your precious life. Take responsibility for your issues. With your tissues. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we want or desire to do is to relax our bodies. Head to toe, inside and out. Visualize. Put a picture in your heart-mind. Drop your shoulders. Release all tension, anxiety, frustration, fear, anger, completely. Just vacuum it off. Send it back to pure consciousness where it becomes nothing. So the body begins to relax. When you have a relationship with the body, you can talk with the body, and you'll be amazed what can happen, what can be implemented, engaged. So you release all the tension head to toe, anything that you may have picked up in the last 24 hours, an emotionality, and release it. Surrender. Surrender everything. All materialism, all relationships, doesn't mean you're giving them up or leaving them. It means you're surrendering them. You have no attachments, you have no expectations, and you just flow. Now the body responds as it begins to relax. So as you relax, you move into the now. The now is all we have. We don't have the past is gone. We don't have a future, we haven't created it yet. So the now, moment to moment, space between heartbeats, that's where we're focused. This stills the egoic energy, the ego mind, the mind. The chatter is relieved. You don't have the noise. You leave the mind alone. You leave the mind alone. Now, as we do this, we become very peaceful, tranquil, benevolent. Now, some of us can be seduced, overly so, by going into the past, reminiscing on things, but that's fine. But some of us get into it so long and keep revisiting it so much that we run a risk of creating the past, bringing it into a future that doesn't exist, creating that future from that past, reliving that past in that future. And this is why we find ourselves questioning ourselves, saying, why does it feel like I keep running in circles my whole life? Why does it feel like I don't seem to be getting anywhere? So only only the now. And in the now, we create our futures. Now, how do you stay focused on the now? It's not easy. We all wander. We all wander into the past. We all wander into the future. So how do we do that? By the breath. We breath in through our noses and we breath out through our mouths. And the breath can only be the now. So you understand that you are in the now because you focus on your breath. So if you really want to know if you're in the now, focus on your breath and you'll be in the now. So our breath is divine positive energy. Why is it divine positive energy? Because it sustains the vessel that houses the God. Cannot be anything else, even though we take it for granted. So the divine positive energy, we breath in through our noses, and we're seated in a comfortable position, and we have energy vortexes going right up the center of our bodies, all the way up to the tops of our heads. These look like flower petals or geometric designs. And they're very, very connected to our tissues, to our emotions. Remember, we're taking responsibility with our issues, with our tissues. We start with the root chakra, the Muladhara. This is an energy vortex, wheel of light, red wheel of light, root chakra. This is about career, money, mindset, and sense of belonging. Now, it represents our foundation and feeling of being grounded. And it's at the base of our spine in the tailbone area. And our emotional issues are survival issues, such as financial independence, money, and food. And our physical association is our spine, our rectum, our legs, our arms, and our circulatory system. So then we go to the orange wheel of light, the sacral chakra, the Vadasthana, sexuality and pleasure. This orange wheel of light is our connection and ability to accept others and new experiences. The location is the abdomen, about 2 inches below the navel and 2 inches in. Emotional issues, sense of abundance, well-being, pleasure, sexuality, physical association, reproductive organ, kidneys, bowels, immune system. Solar plexus chakra, Manipura, yellow wheel of light, personal power, ability to channel, our ability to be confident and in control of our lives. It's located upper abdomen in the stomach area. Emotional issues, self-worth, self-confidence, self-esteem, physical association, central nervous system, pancreas, liver, digestive tract, skin. Then we move to the heart chakra, green wheel of light, Anahata, love, relationships, and self-acceptance. Our ability to love. It's at the center of the chest, just above the heart. Emotional issues are our love, joy, inner peace. Physical association, heart, thymus, lower lungs, circulatory system, immune system. Then we move to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra, the Vishuddha, self-expression, our ability to communicate. Where is it? The throat. Communication, self-expression of feelings, and the truth are our emotional issues with this chakra. Physical association are our thyroid, respiratory system, teeth, and vocal cords. Then we go to the third eye chakra, the indigo light, wheel of light, intuition, sense of purpose, and direction of life. Our ability to focus on and see the big picture. It's located on our forehead between our eyes, right above the bridge of the nose. It's also called the brow chakra. What are the emotional issues? Intuition, imagination, wisdom, ability to think, make decisions. Physical association, sinuses. Then we come to the crown chakra, the Sahasrara, connection to the divine. This highest chakra that represents our ability to be fully connected spiritually. It's location very top of our heads. Emotional issues, inner and outer beauty. Our connection to spirituality, pure bliss. Our physical association, pineal gland, brain, nervous system. Now you see how this is all connected? Where we take responsibility with issues with our tissues. So, we are all consciously aware at a high frequency of deep eternal love and gratitude that we are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And we know we are merged, we're one. All the pieces of the one. The soul, the higher self, the spirit, the God, the pure consciousness, the body, all one. Now we have others with us. Immediately, the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, they too are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. Now, their civilization, this is a different frequency than we are, so we don't see them like we see each other. But we do meet them, and they do appear in humanoid form when you least expect it, when you're not really paying attention. And they come in, and they have a conversation with you. It's always a message, and then they're gone. And then, in most cases, it'll dawn on you. It was an angel. Now, some of them, and in fact, all of them can surround any one of us at any one time, thousands of them. Because of their frequency, they're able to hold a large number in a small space. Now, they've been assisting us for eons. And we've been assisting them. We also have the Ascended Masters. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, many, many, many more. And they too are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. Now, these are those who have mastered ascension. They have ascended out of body, hold God form, pure consciousness. We are mastering ascending into body and experiencing physical form. They've done it, we're doing it. And we're always all from the same source. So we are all of the one. And we are all divine perfection. Now, all of us joined here at this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now in this meditation of forming the circle of light, are compelled to call out to all of the other facets, all the other mirrors and reflection of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. All of source creations. So we call upon all light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation of forming the circle of light. Our frequencies must be high, and we choose to have them high. different civilizations and species. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of this circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all the galactics, all the off-worlders, all of the celestials, and only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and then are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, and the forming of the circle of light. Now, we're only familiar with a handful of them. Over 1,000 species and civilizations travel through the solar system every single day. Now, the ones we're familiar with, this includes all of the species and all the levels of these civilizations. The Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Andromedans, the Arcturians, Zeta Reticuli, Feline, Greys, Nords, Draco, Reptilian. Golden Pyramid, Avian. Many, many, many more. They are consciously aware, as we all are. As we all are consciously aware of the highest of frequencies of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. Now, they've been assisting us in our evolution, our enlightenment, our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they are with us now. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of the circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. And we call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, in this meditation, in the forming of this circle of light. Now, we're only familiar with a handful of them. And they, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming of this circle of light. Now, they come in the trillions, shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, of which many we've never seen before. We're only familiar with a handful of them. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, mermaid, dolphin, whale, pegasus, unicorn, centaur, minotaur, many, many, many more. And they are with us now. We're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, focused on this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in its liberation. In this now. All of our gods together, we're all in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, and abundance. And we're all one, and we're all love, and we're all God, pure consciousness. Arm in arm, hand in hand, we form a massive circle of light at the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, this now, in this meditation. This circle of light is that created us inside each and every one of us, the core of our being and existence. Its light is so radiant and bright that it grays out the darkness of space. It would take at least 1 billion of the suns in this solar system to even equal the light of this circle. It literally bathes this planet, all of our brothers and sisters, all life, the highest value in the universe is nonstop, flooding, lifting, generating an awareness amongst each and every single one as they become more awakened and begin to embrace the gods within them, therefore increasing their vibrational frequencies much higher than what they were. Now we begin to levitate up above the planet. As we do this, we're met with this massive gossamer field of these tiny reflective mirrors of trillions of vibrant lights, colors. These are all facets of all of us reflecting back to us. Now, as we continue, we then are met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we are the power of healing. Then we're met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column that reminds us of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. And we're met with the white fire. This is a column that reminds us that each and every one of us are imbued, inside and out, head to toe, with a white fire armor. This is our God-light energy armor. It is impenetrable. There is no external authority, influence, or power that can penetrate it. Ever, ever, ever. We are protected 24/7. But only you have the power, if you choose, to lower your vibrational frequency low enough into dark matter, lower dark matter frequencies, lower survival matter frequencies. You will then create a breach in your white fire armor. This breach will allow these lower frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you choose to do this, you're immediately met with the purple transmuting flame. This column reminds each and every one of us that at any time this happens, we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter and lower survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them back to pure consciousness where they are no more. Then we're immediately met with the violet ray. This is a column that reminds us that right after the purple transmuting flame, we can bring in the violet ray. We can cleanse, purify, and harmonize the area of whence they were, therefore restoring our vibrational frequency of the highest high of deep eternal love and gratitude. Then we're met with the golden white pink light. This is a column that reminds all of us of who and what we are. We were made from pure, deep, eternal love, and we are, in our core being and essence, pure, deep, eternal love. When we see it in the sunsets and the sun rises, we see it in our skies and our clouds. We see it in our waterways. We see it in our forests and rainbows. We're always seeing the vistas and the beauty and the wonderment as a reflection of each and every one of us, the love that is housed within. We continue to levitate up, and some of us who are in physical form decide to step out of the physical form and effortlessly hover above it. As we do this, we come into a view of this massive crystalline light tower, which we created. It's larger than a solar system, and we can look into it. We designed it so you see this aura, multitude of vibrant colors pulsating and softly emanating out, flooding and saturating everything and everything. And this is pure, deep, eternal love and gratitude. It's joy, bliss, peace, tranquility, benevolence, abundance. And it continues to flood all of our brothers and sisters, everything and everything on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, and this meditation, a circle of light. Now at the top of it, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees. This, too, is flooding perpetually, unending, eternal, all of us, on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, this now, in this meditation. Now, each of us are drops of that golden ocean, and each of us hold the essence of that golden ocean. Visualize this deep, eternal love, this vibrational frequency that we all are. This is what's transforming this planet. This is what's moving it into a paradise, a God planet. Then we move more. We levitate more. We ascend more above the planet. And as we do so, we see this massive meditative sphere, which we also created well over 2 years ago. It's set center circle. It houses all of our meditations, over 900 of them, in perpetual motion, of the highest of highest high frequencies, of the highest of intent, of deep eternal love and gratitude. Every day. Every day. All of us, those on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now in this meditation, in all meditations. And this sphere is flooding all of us non-stop. The Crystalline Light Tower, meditative sphere, golden ocean. It's endless, eternal, eliminating, transforming, ascending, advancing. And this is why our meditative sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. Feel through your heart minds this motion, this exuberation, the splendor, the grace, the glory of this transformation, of this ascension, of 5D frequency, of shifting bodies, of pure bliss, of understanding. To clear all of your issues with your tissues. To be one truly with yourself. To be at complete contentment and peace. Feel yourself floating effortlessly. Pure bliss. As we continually view the transformation of this planet, ourselves, inside and out, above and below, moving into a paradise, a God planet. A civilization of the universe. Immortality. No disease. Happiness and joy. Everyone at ease. I'll join you in meditation. I'll return to close us out. to the horizon through your heart minds. See the splendor, the beauty, the grace, the divinity of our God world, paradise, God planet. And literally being able to settle all the issues with your tissues, inside and out. Feel the peace that you're exuding, and the love and the joy, the tranquility and the benevolence, the stillness of mind, the non-ego, the non-negativity, the non-judgment. Pure bliss. See yourself floating effortlessly, embracing new dimension of 5D in total peace and prosperity.